Hey everyone, my name is Jo and I'm the Kosher Ninja. We're planning and preparing my bucket list adventure, which is to hike through Israel from one end to the other along the Israel National Trail, or Shvil Israel, later this year. I'm so glad you've stopped by, and while you're here, don't forget to subscribe. But right now, we're going to be talking about everything except this kitchen sink. So to be honest, I've kind of lacked motivation to do this episode because, well, it's a little bit embarrassing and, quite frankly, kind of a little scary. So anyways, before we get to it, I'm going to tell you about a traumatic little experience that I had the other day. Because you remember that red book that I told you about? Well, I had to destroy it. And I had to do it at a particular place at a particular time, just psychologically. And so I was not able to film the actual destruction. But yes, I'm so sorry, Yaakov and Yagil. I've destroyed your book, but you told me to, so here we go. It's all in bits and pieces, and the purpose of that is so that I can take half of the book along, because I don't need the other half. Half of the guide is for people doing the trail from the north to the south, which is what I'll be doing, and the other half is for people going northbound, so from the south in Eilat to the north at Kibbutz Dan. And so there's really no point in taking the extra weight of those additional pages with me. So it was time to break that down and sort of salvage just the part that I need, which is the north to south. And the other thing I want to try to do with that is to see if I can actually scan it into a PDF so that I can put it on my phone. And that way I'll have a backup copy. And also it'll be lighter, but I still will be taking the original, the hard copy. If it works on my phone, that would be awesome, because then I would be saving more weight. And that, you will have noticed, it has been kind of a theme in my gear talk so far. I've mentioned the weight of my stuff a lot, and that's just, for one thing, that's typical for backpacking, because you don't want to carry too much weight on your back. But there are some people called ultralighters who really try to make sure they count every single gram and ounce that they're packing to make sure that they're bringing as little weight as possible while still bringing all the gear that they need. So I'm not an ultralighter. And the ultralighters out there can attest to that. But I have been trying to minimize my weight as much as I possibly can. And today is the day we find out why. So I literally could bring the kitchen sink, as you saw. This is the kitchen sink, but I won't be. The issue is all the other stuff that I'm bringing. And even before I decided that I wanted to put this on the YouTube channel, I had decided I wanted to bring my camera. So a few years ago, I started feeling that the point and shoot, I had a digital point and shoot camera, and I started feeling that it wasn't really taking me as far as I wanted to go in my photography at that point. And so I decided to bite the bullet and buy a DSLR. So I am the proud owner for a couple of years now of a Nikon D-5500, which they've just discontinued. And it is big, much bigger than most backpackers take with them when they go on their hikes. But I really wanted to bring it along, and still do want to bring it along, because the pictures that I can get with it, even though I'm not really super great with it yet. I'm still learning really the basics of how to use it and how to get the best out of it. But even so, the pictures that I can get with it are just so much better than I can get with my phone for now, as good as my phone is, which it is. So yes, I am bringing my DSLR, which also means I have, and I didn't actually bring that with me right now, but I have a connector, kind of a hookup that is supposed to hook it up to the strap of my backpack. And I was hoping that that was going to work. Now I'm actually questioning it a little bit because the way it works, I'm not sure it's going to work with my backpack straps, which has me a little bit disappointed, but I'm going to take a look at that and hopefully it'll work, and I'll show you how that works later. This clip, which basically it velcros like onto the strap of the shoulder strap of your backpack. And I tried that. I had really high hopes for it. It's made by a Canadian company, and the only problem is that I am female and I have girls, and so there's no, and I'm quite small, so there's no room here where I can put it, where if I put it down here, the camera is going to be in my way where my arm is moving. And so that was a bust, but I still had a little bit of hope, and it turned out that the company makes a same company makes a very similar type of clip. So the camera hooks into this little clip here, if you can see that, and instead of wrapping onto your shoulder strap on your backpack, this hooks onto a belt. So I got a very comfortable belt and clipped it onto that, and I'll be clipping it around my waist. And so my camera is going to sit right in front of my waist right here, where it won't bounce around, and it'll be easy to access whenever I see a picture that I'd want to take. And yeah, I'm very excited. So the other thing that I mentioned was my phone, and I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. So that's the one I'm going to be taking most of my videos on. The DSLR is more for taking like photography rather than for taking my videos, although that's the one, and that's why I'm not showing it to you right now, is that's the one that's taking my videos right now and that I've done all my videos on up till now. So my phone, for my phone I have a Gorillapod for kind of to serve as a selfie stick, and it will also serve as a tripod for my DSLR when I try to learn how to take pictures of the stars in the desert at night, which I can't wait to do, and I hope I get some good shots. And so basically I will be using my phone on the Joby Gorillapod, and that's how I'll be taking my videos from the trail. One sort of basic backpacker necessity is a flashlight of some sort, and this one's kind of heavy. It's a Petzl headlamp, but it's what I've been using for camping, and it's very handy and I love it, so I'm just going to bring it with me, and it'll be just really handy around camp at night when it's dark and I need to see where I'm going. My phone and some of the other stuff I'll be bringing will need to be charged. So I have a couple of things here. They're both Anker. One is an Anker Powerbank. I'm not exactly sure of the model of this, but it's a 10,000 mAh, whatever that stands for. But that is my power bank. That should get me 2 or 3 charges of my phone. Actually, I think it gets me 2.5 or 3 charges of my phone. So that's what I can use while I'm out on the trail and not close to an outlet where I can plug it in. When I am close to an outlet that I can plug my gear in, I have, this is also an Anker, it's a charger. It's a wall charger. So it has, if you can see, 4 USB out plugs in it. So I can actually charge 4 items. If they're USB chargeable, I can charge 4 of them all at the same time. So that will help me not to take up too much time if there's other hikers who also need to charge their gear. So I can charge them all at once and not hog the battery outlets. Then we get to the scary part, the embarrassing part. Not quite sure what to say about this. So once I decided that I was going to put this on YouTube, I decided that I needed a drone. So yes, I have taken it out of the box, but I have not turned it on. I do not know how to use it. And it's a tiny little thing. It's a DJI Spark, and it's tiny and so adorable. But it does weigh a little bit more than I would like it to, because there's the drone, there's an extra battery pack, and there's a charger. And according to Israeli rules, I think I may need to use the remote. So I would actually have to bring the remote with me, whereas otherwise I could use it, work it through my phone. So I'm kind of having second thoughts about that right now, but I'm still planning to bring it, and we'll see. A lot of places you can't actually use the drones, so I'll have to take a look at a cost-benefit analysis and see if it's actually worth the wait to bring it with me. But I really want to bring it so that I have some great footage to give you guys. So we'll see. I will let you know how that goes. And after I had decided to bring this drone, I had originally thought about doing all my videos by GoPro, which turns out is a little bit more complicated than I originally had anticipated. But also, once I decided to do the videos on my phone, it just didn't seem necessary to do the GoPro. And then I got the drone, and then it was just like, no, not interested in the GoPro anymore. Not necessary. But there are certain spots along the trail where I will want to have my hands free, but I still might want to video it for you guys. And so turns out my friend actually has a GoPro that they're not using right now. So looks like I'm bringing a GoPro as well, and we'll have to see. Some of that stuff I may end up leaving behind, but I do really want to get you the best footage that I can. So that's why I'm trying to minimize my weight on all the other items. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll work out. The other item that I had originally thought I would bring, and that I actually bought just for this purpose, is a Kobo e-reader. And I bought that because I had originally thought that I would read stuff on my phone, but really it's all very tiny on my phone, and I want to try to save my battery life for the videos. So that's really kind of why I had originally thought about bringing the Kobo, because it would be much easier for me to read off it. Yeah, I'm at an age where just to read off my phone, I'm going to need my reading glasses. So yeah, but realistically, I really won't have much time to do any reading on the trail. So I'll bring the Kobo with me to Israel, but I probably won't bring it on the trail. It's a couple of 100 grams, which isn't much, but by the time you count the drone and the GoPro and everything else, that really is a couple of 100 grams that counts. So it's too bad, but I'll have to leave it behind. The other thing I had hoped to put on there was my maps and the guide, which Obviously now we'll probably have to go on my phone, and I'll have to deal with the reading glass issue for that. But that would have helped a lot in terms of navigating the trail, would have been if I could put the red book and the maps on the Kobo. So we'll see how that works with my phone, and at least I'll have it all set up so that I'll have the Kobo with me with everything on it. Then if I decide that I can go with the extra weight, then I'll bring it along, and that will probably make my life easier from that perspective for sure. And with the battery power on the Kobo, it's going to last much longer than, it's going to help make my phone last much longer as well. So that's all the crazy gear that I'm planning to bring, or maybe planning to bring with me. And yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So if you're as excited as I am about my adventure, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share this video with your friends. And if you have any information about that remote with my drone in Israel, or if you have any questions or comments about anything that I'm bringing with me or planning to bring with me, or having second thoughts about, leave those comments in the comments below. And as always, if you've ever hiked the Shvil or anywhere else in Israel, tell me about it down below. I'd love to hear from you. Time is going by so fast. It's really crazy scary, but it's also very exciting, and I really can't wait to get on the trail. I'm really excited about sharing this all with you, and I can't wait to see you again next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and shalom, eh? And so also a lot of places you can't actually use the drone, so I really have to make a little bit of a sorry about the cows. Oh, 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 ah, jeez. Man, getting old.